Uh,
Hey guys, Andy N, Spoken Label. My friends, it's your freedom. Ellis Elliott, Robert Fleming, and Anthony Doyle from Old Scratch Press. The three of them, not at the same time, please notice, because this has been chaos when we did this. I'm going to share a bit of their work first. Now, we're going to start off with Anthony, first of all. And Anthony's going to share an extract from his novel and then do a poem as well from the forthcoming book. Over to you, mate.
Thanks a lot. Okay, this is from Seth Macy's blog. It's a blog post. Update 612. Speaking of awe, I've got a question. By the way, thanks for all your comments, some of which were lovely. As for the other 99%, please know that your invective will be fed into a musical algorithm and turned into Windrush. I shall listen to your ghostly murmuring tonight as I fall asleep. It's incredible how imprecations can be made to sound exactly like snowflakes. But I'm getting off point. The reason I'm back is that I have a question. The question is this. Corn seedlings. Yes, lovely things. In spring, their leaves are attacked by hungry caterpillars. The damaged leaves issue chemical signals that attract parasitic wasps that kill the caterpillars by laying their eggs in them. The eggs hatch inside the host caterpillar, and the larvae feed on the host until ready to pupate. The caterpillar is basically devoured from the inside out. Grim end indeed. Now, some interesting points here. One, the terpenoid chemicals that attract the wasps are only released when the damage sustained by the leaf is caterpillar induced. In other words, if you cut a corn plant leaf, the damaged tissue won't release this particular chemical signal. Something in the caterpillar's saliva triggers the production of the volatile compound in the leaf. And this compound is only released during daytime, when the wasps are foraging, never at night when it would be wasted. The chemical signal is so strong that female parasitoid wasps can pick it up all over the scents, over all the other scents and pheromones swarming about in the air. And they follow it straight to the plant, where they, lo and behold, find their preferred larva hosts. So what's the question? It's this. How does a corn plant know that it's being attacked by caterpillars that are the preferred hosts for wasp larvae? And that if they can attract the wasps, it can rid itself of those caterpillars. How does it know? Any takers? Answers on a postcard, please.
Great stuff. Over to the poem as well, mate.
Okay, this is from the flounder section of my book. Flounder is one of the characters. He's a man, but he's also a flatfish. So depending on how drunk or otherwise off the world he is depicted as a person or as an actual flounder. So this bit is called Okino's. Okino's Fish and Chips, a neon lighthouse, beacon for drunken fish. Outside, the basking sharks buzz the monument, raking gusts of rain, somnambulant as nightshade, rocking parked cars with their rem tails. And with a jangling bell, time stops still. Molly stumbles on the step coming through the door. Brent oil for eye shade, a scar on her lower jaw, seaweed in the cups of her push-up bra. She scuttles to the counter with barnacles for knees and orders up a fillet when you're ready, pretty please. Now Flounder watches as she wades on by, converting her to memory with his migrant eye. Her whitewater perfume, her midwater chic, a pool of rosy wonder on her abalone cheek. For sweet Molly shimmers like a Caribbean reef, luring life from all around, drawn from blue tone deep. Yes, she gives him moon swell every single time, a rush of plankton to the head like salty gallows wine. She has bathypelagic magic summoned from a trench, with fingers like piano keys and eyes that never blench. Her aura runs in flickers up and down her spine, luciferins rhyme bursting, rhythmical as rhyme. She's too much sea for a tub like him, too much sand for his shore. Yes, he's heard it all before. Where flounders from, the only place to look is up. Things of the world are seen for the light they block. But Molly gleams like metal. Molly twinkles like a star. A mermaid made in heaven to be worshipped from afar. A mermaid from the heavens, an angel from below. Her roe rich as stardust in drifts of neon glow. And Flounder cannot bear to look, but somehow has to stare. One day perhaps she'll see him solidify in air.
Beautiful stuff indeed. That really, really good stuff, that, Anthony. I think it gives a really good feel as well to the variety of your two voices and your two different collections there. So good luck with your second book, and I'm looking forward to seeing that definitely. So we will talk further about that when you have a release date, mate. I promise you. So
thank you very much. I'll send you a copy.
Please do, mate. Please do. Okay, Ellis, over to you now for a couple of poems from your book, please.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm going to start with one of the very first poems I wrote about Julian, and the first one that ever got published. And it's titled Come Lay Your Hands. And it begins with an epigraph of dialogue. Quote, Jesus changes everything. Joyce Meyer, televangelist. Except Julian's diaper. Tim, father of 17-year-old Julian, who cannot walk, talk, or feed himself. Oh, come lay your hands upon him. Speak in tongues and song and ancient words. Bring your creeds, your rituals, your holy smoke and incense. Raise him high, kneel down low, rock him in your arms, bow at his feet, baptize him in water, anoint him in oil, lift him up, sit him in a sweat lodge, print his name on the list, circle up and phone tree him with prayer. Let that prayer grow loud and enormous, a monster to envelop everything in its path. Place pins in him that correspond with systems both spiritual and physical. Join your words, your thoughts, your prayers into a groundswell of unity. Email this list to your 7 best friends. Don't walk under a ladder or look in a cracked mirror, but do pick up a penny. Pick the number 7. Read from your books, scriptures, and verses. Chant and ring bells. Give it your best shot. Oh, harness your codified swirled circles of energy that pop across eternity, cacophonous and unwieldy as Godzilla in downtown New York City. Let them rain down in snowflakes upon his face. Blanket him in paper confetti of prayers and tears turned whispers in his ear. Be sure no one is looking when you tell him the truth. You are powerless and cannot change him. He has changed you. And let's go to the movies in junior high. This one is called Thriller Thursday. Thriller Thursday. In junior high meant Mark Meineke would put his arm too tight around me in the cold dark of the Malco Theater on College Street. He'd already sported beard stubble and a swagger born of parents never home. It was thrilling to imagine his house with a permanently parked lawn mower in the yard, his mom asleep with a half-lit cigarette in her mouth, and SpaghettiOs congealed, half-eaten on the stove. His untethered life felt both foreign and seductive. His whispered drawl said, "Come on," as his lips glazed my ear. Like the knife, glistening right outside the bedside window, there was a feeling this story could go either way. And all along, the flickering movie screen spelled it out in front of me. Watch for warning signs. Turn on lights. Do not stumble as you run away. Thank you.
Excellent stuff, Alice. Really, again, really evocative, powerful pieces about your family there straight away. I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Right. Okay, everybody. Now, I'm not going to say the most awkward to last, but this is something I don't know if this is going to work now because I've not done this before. So I'm actually going to now transfer over to Robert, who's going to take control of the last part of the meeting. He's going to do a bit of multimedia with us and talk about it. So, Robert, I'm going to transfer this over to you, and we'll hope that the actual recording doesn't die on us. And if it does, there will be a part 3. I can promise you that now. So, right, well, I'll make you the host, mate. Please send it back to me when you're done, mate, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you. So I'm first going to share a graphic image. I am one of the publicists for Old Scratch Press, and I create the promotional flyers for the events. I'll talk a little bit about the design considerations and how this was created. The first thing which is critical for a flyer is that the text is as large as possible. So the words need to be very concise. The second consideration is that the text needs to be very visible. And the way you achieve that is the contrast between the color and font of the text and the background. So on this image, the text is white and the background is blue, which gives good contrast. There's 2 ways to figure out how to select the background color and the text color. There's an artist tool called the color wheel, which gives opposing colors. And you can also ask Google what is the opposite color of one color. And then you would select for the background and the text opposite colors. The other two things which are good choices is to pick a background in the same location where the host is located. This event, the host, Timothy Gagger, is located out of Boston, Massachusetts. So I selected the Boston Harbor for the background. The other thing which people love to see in the flyers is their faces. So I included in the sailboat Ellis's face and Timothy's face. The tool that was used for creating the flyer is called a Canva. It is a software on the web, and there's both a free version and a paid version, which offers more features. For each of the events for Old Scratch Press, I usually make 4 or 5 flyers, all based upon the location where the host is located. And now I'm going to share a poem from my book, which I consider the most original poem and from the book. It's called Return to the Garden. Apple trees are under the sky, but need a roof. Eve needs sky. Pear trees are soiled, but need a linoleum floor. Adam needs soil. Cherry trees are in open space, but need walls. Jack needs open space. Banana trees have sap, but need blood. Jill needs sap. Move the orchard inside the house. Return all humans under the sky. The reason why I think this is the best poem in my book, the first is, as I discussed before, the background is black and the text is white. The second is the theme. So the theme is surprising for an alternative writer, being the Christian theme of the Garden of Eden. And then this extends the form of a mirror poem. On the right column, the letter which is the most to the right is right justified. And then the right column text goes from right to left, which accentuates the theme of the mirror. So thank you for letting me share a little bit of my visual poetry and explaining some graphic concepts.
I don't unmute myself then. That was really fascinating, Robert. Thank you for that. Definitely, because I'm not really a graphic designer. I'm of the probably more the hit and hope brigade sometimes with stuff like that. But yeah, fascinating stuff indeed, mate. So can yes, thank you. People wondering then, I've just realised that Robert's just passed the host back to me, so to make sure we have that then. But I think the recording is stayed stable, so should be okay with that. But anyway, that's it for today. I want to thank everybody today. This has been an absolute pleasure today. I want to thank Ellis separately first of all. I want to thank Robert as well, and I want to thank Anthony for getting us to touch everybody in the first place. I wish you all the best for your books, as promised. Hang around, please, for a couple of moments while I get this set recording saved. I need to quit with all three of his wrap up today, but I've loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, okay, guys and girls, yeah, that's it for Spoken Label for another day. As Don Callis over at AEW Wrestling says, stay safe and stay over. And we'll see you all next time.